Don't know what happened there. Give me just a second, everybody. Welcome to Fanboys Unleashed. Hope you're all doing well. I don't know why my camera decided to shut off. There we go. Much better. Welcome to Fanboys Unleashed. Sorry, a little out of sorts here, much like my football team. Currently watching the Steelers Green Bay go at it. The Steelers have ugly yellow jerseys. I don't know what we're doing here with the wet floor signs. But anyway, I'm ready to talk about this game and any other NFL game you will all love to talk about. And I'm going to jump into it right now, right after this intro here, if I can get it going. Boy, crazy day, am I right? Crazy day. See y'all in just a second. There's nothing more exciting than the Titans Oilers drip showing up in the chat before the show even started and making his thoughts already known. Thank you very much, Titans Oilers drip. Hope you're doing well. Scott Cope says, hello, Mr. First Down. How are you doing today? I'm doing just fine. My kids are finally asleep. I am watching football and just relaxing, going over film and stuff, whatever the stats of the Titans say or whatnot, which wasn't all great, but there was improvement today. There was improvement. Now, I'm going to start off the show by saying this. You guys and all these things, why don't we have an owner that sits and take notes like the Colts owner? Why don't we do this or whatever? You guys are very silly if you think that the Colts owner taking notes has anything to do with anything up here. All right, great step as always. Thank you, Jay Wright. I appreciate that. Congratulations to your Colts. Well deserved. But Amy Adams Strunk took notes too. She had to sit on the sideline, but there was a whole thing about how she had all these notes and all the studying she did when she fired Ken Wisenhunt to find the next guy and whatnot. And we were all, wonder-filled about that. I mean, it's just crazy to me. We can't even begin to discuss about that. They didn't even. I know, Nick. I know it was horrible. I'm not saying it was great by any means. There's still a lot to do, a lot to work on, but there was still improvement here. Much better passing from Cam Ward today. The drops are still killer, just absolutely killer to me. I don't really put that interception on him, though. Titans' worst team in the NFL certainly feels like it, Nick. Certainly feels like it. But it's hard to really do it. Hey, buddy, holds up glass. Fancy meeting you here again. How you doing, Alan? Alan's a Cowboys fan, everybody. They also had a rough day. The Broncos decided to torch them. It's actually unfair if you think it matters. It's up there, 2015 finalist banner owner with a clipboard. Like, rich people do whatever they want. Yeah, I know, Jay. It's just what it is. Could they get back-to-back number one picks? If they do, that's horrible. Better make it count. I think the Jets have a say in that. Well, they battled back. We couldn't battle back if our life depended on it. Just can't make it happen. The Cowboys offense did poop the bed there, but that's bound to happen. You're going to have bad games. Great teams have bad games. We see it all the time. But not like all the time, but you see offenses collapse. It's just some days it's clicking and some days it's not. You suck today if you're a Cowboys fan. I've been sucking for weeks, the whole season. So it's just how it is, But anyway, like I was saying, there were some improvements today. You were moving the ball decently well, but there are some things that just absolutely drive people crazy. And for some reason, Mike McCoy not being gutsy is just absolutely pathetic to me. I don't know why. And then he gets up in the press conference and goes, yeah, I hindsight, I should have gone for it more and whatnot. You should have. Cam Ward was visibly upset about them not going for it more on fourth and short. It's crazy. And we all knew it was going to be a bad day already, but then it was going to be a really bad day when two big things were happening. One, the Colts were already getting lucky. There were some bad passes that were batted around that were amazingly caught. There were tipped passes that were being amazingly caught. Like even the luck of things going wrong was going the Colts' way. And that didn't sway the game or anything like that. But that was already something going against them in the long run. I heard Geno Smith threw 3 picks on by. Oh, Geno. Cowboys defense couldn't stop a nosebleed. Yeah, tell me, that's rough. That's rough. You don't see the offense is struggling with you don't see the offense struggling with the fighting variables. Oh, yeah, is Mike McCoy bought into this team in your opinion? I think it was just kind of put on him. Now, like, there are some things that they are doing better. There's definitely more of a fluidity to the play calling here. It's not just this random up, down, or whatever. They threw slant routes. I've been yelling about this all year. Why don't you give him some easy passes to make? And there were easy passes there, and they were hit, and I liked them. When a defense is as bad as it is on paper because of injuries, it's hard for the offense to do anything. Denver's defense is for real, though. They are. I came up against it week 1. They're monsters. Titans got Jonathan Taylor today. They did. They couldn't stop anybody. 100%. Sam. Oh, I mean, it's just what it is, though. It didn't really sway the game, but there were some things that are like Tyler Warren's pass that Jones threw too high. He caught it, and it kind of, and he cradled it in. I thought that Baker Jr. played good defense in that touchdown to Pittman, but it just didn't matter. You can't stop a great pass. That pass was brilliant. What a play by Pittman. And, like, if you are just, like, that's the kind of game that you're struggling with, that they're going to, even though the breaks are going their way, that's rough. That's rough. Jonathan Taylor's MVP. Yeah, not much of a hot take anymore. That guy's a stud. He's a stud. No doubt about it. He's a beast. But, yeah. JT's what people thought Saquon was last year. No joke. Saquon had a good day today, though. Yeah, my fantasy showed that. I was pretty happy about that. Not going to lie. But anyway, so I came up with some little topics tonight that I'm going to walk us through here real quick. Tajay Spears should be number 1. He should be the number 1 quarterback. Too many times did you start Pollard on 1st and 10 running around trying to push through here. He can't. All right. Spears finds a seam, gets through, right? He's just a guy. He's just a dog. So I absolutely feel that Spears should be number 1, and it shouldn't be an argument at this point. He should be number 1. He's a great player. He made stuff happen today. Even when he was caught like in the backfield or something like that, he seemed to get 1 yard. And sometimes he came into contact and got 5 and 6 yards and whatnot. This is not even including the big play that he had, which was a individual effort and great blocking. We should give them credit on that. That was a very well schemed up play. Spears should be RB1. Pollard, I appreciate the guy and what he's done and whatnot, but he's getting stopped a lot. It's just where we are. Spears is speed and power personified. He should be the guy. He is off this injury, and whatever it is not bothering anymore, and it's obvious. He is a player. He should be the guy. So, hands down. Thank you, Jay. Jay giving me the claps. Give me the claps, baby. Spears has more versus. He does. Absolutely. Spears is really talented. He is, for sure. I was confused when they signed Pollard in the first place. He hasn't been terrible. Like, you know what I mean? I'm not saying like diss on Pollard and stuff. He has done a good job at times, but it's time because he's older. It's starting to add up on him. And I would like them to stop handing it to him every time on first down. That needs to stop. Marlon Mack. Yeah, we talked about that over the phone, Jay. Absolutely. I think he could be even better. Thing number 2, be gutsy. Be gutsy. Throw him there. I loved that deep pass. It didn't work out because we found out later that it wasn't a bad throw by Cam. Iomanner didn't run straight. He kind of curved it or whatever else. So that's why Cam was doing this over and over. He was supposed to keep going straight. Going back and watching it, you could see that Io Manor just didn't do it right. Io Manor, I really want to love him, but the drop passes and the stuff like that is just absolutely dumb to me. Gutsy would be like the stuff they put DK into. Get a ball in your playmaker's hands. DK is that guy. If there's anything that's going to be positively said is that Borgonzi has a good draft class because all of them performed pretty well today. It didn't matter in the end, but they performed well today. Guys like Gunnar Helm caught a touchdown on National Tight Ends Day, his first one ever. I love Gunnar. They should use him a lot more. They used Chig. They didn't use him enough, but they used Chig, which I like to see for once because Brian Callahan did not use his tight ends. You had guys that were just going in there as rookies and performing very well. DK is a player. They did a good job using him today. There were times that they couldn't use him, and maybe they went back to the trough a little too much there. But listen, you're a team that's trying to make things work, okay? They're trying to put the ball in their playmakers' hands and whatnot. So, but be gutsy here. Don't faint on a 4th and short. Now, I'm going to give the coach credit here. He came out and said in the press conference, yeah, I should have gone for it or whatever. At least he acknowledged he should have gone for it. Callahan would have said, dodged it or whatever else. So I will give him credit for at least saying, yeah, I should have gone for it. So, yeah, they drafted some good talent. Now, more counter play calling. You need to take advantage of it. Don't play it safe and do the safe handoff on 1st and 10. It was overplayed. The Colts knew it the whole way. There were guys that jumped the route over and over again. Come on. But be counterproductive here. Get a quick pass over, something like that. It's silly. A good idea about counter play calling would be when they were in man and Spears got loose there. That was the correct way to do it. That's excellent. That's how you do it right there. And of course, fundamentally the flags and whatnot. Though that reffing unit was odd today. It was like they wanted to call holding, but then didn't call holding. But they'll call like it's about they called offensive pass interference on us. I'm surprised they didn't call holding, but it was really weird. It was a weirdly officiated game. But I'm not blaming the look. Officiating's bad across the league. Okay. Everyone knows it. You just got to live with it, find a way to get over it. Way too many flags. Absolutely. Yeah, you need to focus more on fundamentals here. Sam, the strength of this team is that Jimmy really cares about the success of the team and will do anything to get to see that success. Yeah, no joke. He's getting another lower draft pick, and everybody knows, I think Adam Schefter and Diana Rossini both tweeted it out. The only people that are safe are Cam and Big Jeff. Everybody else is on the trade block, which if you watched one of my viral videos, I said what would come next for this team was they're going to start selling people off. And I like Roger McCreary. He's probably gone. Chigakonkwo, he's probably gone. It's just that time. Hopefully you can get rid of Sneed and stuff like that, offload. Calvin Ridley, guys like that, get them out of here. It's over. Get them done. Just move along. It was like an SEC officiating game. Ooh, boy. Don't remind me of that. But anyway, more counter play calling. Go against what they're doing. If they're playing soft zone, do somebody that's running across the field in an arc and stuff like that. Don't play this. We're going to run Pollard up the middle and on the side or whatever. I would even be happy with a toss play every once in a while. But man, maybe they know something I don't or something like that. But come on. Counter play calling is a must-see. Like I just alluded to, get ready for trades. Don't be the fan that says, oh my gosh, now we really suck. They got rid of dude or whatever. That's what happens when your team is horrible. You get rid of assets, and you can go ahead and make the joke they don't have any assets, blah, 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 please. There will be people that are going to take them and say they could do better in our team than on theirs, okay? They're going to be that person. So it's a silly, silly thing to think. Don't get all wishy-washy now because people are going to start going. It's a silly way to look at things. Of course, people are going to get traded. Brian Kelly is out. That's right. LSU has had enough. Again, use Guller. Yeah, no, yeah, exactly. Sometimes the obvious answer is best. Steven Sosaman has a great YouTube channel. Y'all should follow him up. He does some music. I'm doing fine, sir. How are you? Can't wait to let the boys will get their tail ends kicked in with you next weekend. Oh, am I excited? Let me tell you. But yeah. YouTube, bud. Tighten up indeed. But so get ready for the trades, everybody. They're coming. They're coming like a freight train. People really like Roger McCreary. Guess what? He's probably gone. Chikakonkwo is probably gone. Amani Hooker's probably gone. So it's just these things have to happen. This is what happens when you're a really bad team. Or if I just level, I had to get one shot. Well, of course. Yeah, sure. I don't think the Titans, I think, will beat the Chargers. No, they're not going to beat the Chargers for sure. They're not going to beat anybody right now the way they play. Jig is going to get traded for sure. Half the SEC coach will be let go. 3 already gone. Yeah, they're not living up to it. Yeah, look, a lot of these guys are going to be gone. A lot of these guys are going to be gone. But I don't know why. I'm tired of people being like, I can't believe that we're this bad or whatever else. When you had the GM and everybody said before the season they were going to be bad. They didn't say we're going to be bad. They said we're going to need patience. Chad Brinker, the head of football operations, laughed when somebody asked him if this is a Super Bowl winning team. He knew we were bad. Everyone knew we were bad. People on the radio were saying we were bad before the season started. You should listen when your leadership says something like that. The only way you can put up with this kind of bad play is to know that there's a brighter tomorrow. They drafted well this draft. Hopefully they can draft it again. And I do not envy Chad Brinker or Mike Borgonzi because now he has the most crucial job of them all. He has got to find a coach. He's got to find a coach for this young team. And that is going to be a search and a half. I can't imagine the pressure that would take. They have got to find a coach. Agree with your yeah. Iominer just needs to stop dropping passes. That's right. The Titans have holes in every single organization apart from QB. Yeah, no, it's gonna. Like I said, they need a coach. All right, I know that won't fill all the holes, and every team has some bad parts. You just got to figure out what this team can do with the stuff they have and make it work. Exploit things on the other team, heighten the stuff on your team, all those kinds of things. I think you have a young coach to go on this team. Yeah, I agree. I have become so skeptical of, like, you saw the report like Sarkisian and stuff like that, which I found very funny because he never really denied it, right? He was like, oh, I can't believe that got out. It pisses me off or whatever. Come on, bro. Like, everyone knew you were going to get a look at eventually, right? So, but like, I'm scared of college coaches now. I really am. People seem to be hitting more often than not on these young offensive coordinators and stuff like that. I mean, a guy that gets like Sean McVay's coffee is all of a sudden getting called to coaches and whatnot. Maybe it will be an easier thing if you go for a John Gruden or a Mike McCarthy because they are proven. They're guys that get the best out of people and whatnot. It depends on where you fall and what you like or whatnot. Maybe a retread in the form of a Arthur Smith or a Bob Sala or something like that would be what you go for. But But yeah, I'm just kind of I think we can all just do a lot better keeping a calm head here and realizing that this season was always going to be bad. You just didn't want to listen to it. McCoy coaches too scared. He did coach a little scared today, Stephen. By his at the interview, the press conference today, I thought he covered it pretty well. He said, "Yeah, hindsight, I should have played more aggressive there, whatnot." At least I will give you credit if you could at least acknowledge that that was a mistake, and he acknowledged it. So I don't believe Gruden and McCarthy are the answers. I think a guy from the Cohen type is the answer. Perhaps. Cliff Kingsbury is a very popular name for sure. I think a Bob Sala and a Mike McDonald as offensive coordinator would be intriguing as well. Mike McCarthy is an OC, not a head coach. The backroom drama. If somebody needs to break it all down. I remember reading Paul Kaharski's article about how they put a monkey wrench on J-Rob's desk and stuff after they beat Kansas City in 2017, I think, or 18. I can't remember. J-Rob was a wild man. I'm going to go off on national sports radio. Go right ahead, man. I mean, the part that drives me crazy, CJ, is 3HL goes, well, we knew it was going to be a bad season. And they rightfully so pointed to things that, yeah, this is going to be a bad season, right? But then during the offseason, they're hyping up everything. Hyping up this, hyping up that, hyping up the first-round draft pick and whatever else. And I'm like, so which one is it? Like, don't act like, oh, this is amazing and everything's great, and then get all like, well, we knew it was going to be bad the whole time. Like, which one is it? Like, be excited, but, like, be tempered. I miss old Nashville sports radio. I really do. Oh, man. Those were the days, weren't they? Do I have any more banners? Oh, yeah. Just reiterating what I said. This season was always going to be rough. They said they needed a lot of patience. They scoffed at the idea that this was a Super Bowl team. They knew this was going to be rough. And everybody was in on that aspect that there was a lot they could do about this season. Rand tied you up to contracts that were going to keep you stuck with some players and whatnot. So that's just what it is, man. I wish there was some magical answer to the whole thing I could give you what we could have done this season. But the fact remains is that you are starting two rookies at wide receiver. Like, think about that. You're starting a rookie at tight end. Like, you've got other rookies starting on defense and in the depth. You usually have some veteran guys or serviceable guys at depth. You don't have it here. You're starting these guys. That's just where you are. It's just going to be what it is. And I think next time we should all listen to your leadership that was telling you the truth for once. You had two used car salesmen in J-Rob and Rand, and they lied to you the whole time. These guys were telling you the truth. So with Black Magic, there's always choosing to stay pot. I don't get it, CJ. I'd rather have a PK shoot me straight any day. I'd rather have a Tehran shoot me straight any day. I'd rather have a Joe Rexrode shoot me straight every day. Don't blow smoke up my butt or pee on me and tell me it's raining. All those metaphors. But poker game for Chauncey's going. Oh, NBA. What a mess. Yeah. Rookies all around. Coach fired. GM fired. Buckle up, Titans fans. It's going to be a journey to get back to 5.500. Jay. Oh, you know the difference between good and extraordinary is that little extra. But yeah, look, good draft class to change things around. You're going to have a lot of cap room next year. Things can get better. It just depends. I just want to know who's coaching the whole thing because I think that's going to be the most important thing out of all of this. Who's coaching? Thank you all for commenting and talking to me. I appreciate it. I'm going to continue watching this football game, and I'm going to go on TikTok Live. Why not? Just for funsies. I hope you all have a terrific day. Have a great rest of your week. I'm in a new position at work. I love you, bro-in-law. You enjoy your day, enjoy your victory, and I will see y'all later for another episode of Fanboys Unleashed. I'm Mr. First Down, your favorite Titans fan. Have a good one.